And I said, well, what do you owe on your credit card? I don't know how to make 18%. I mean, if I owed any money at 18%, the first thing I do with any money I had would be to pay it off. It's going to be way better than any investment idea I've got. And that wasn't what she wanted to hear.
Credit card expenditures. Warren Buffett prefers using cash over credit cards. Yep, in his own words from the 2014 Berkshire Hathaway annual report, he says, when bills come due, only cash is legal tender. Don't leave home without it.
I think people should avoid using credit cards.
Why? Because credit cards can sneakily lead you into spending more than you planned. And carrying a balance on those cards could see you pay interest rates as steep as 18% or 20%. Warren himself quipped that he'd be broke if he had to borrow at those rates. Gambling. Now, have you ever thought about why casinos are so opulent? Here's a clue. It's not from their losses, but from yours. Whether it's a flutter at the blackjack table or a hopeful lottery ticket, gambling often seems like a shortcut to riches. But according to Buffett, success comes from making informed, thoughtful decisions, not relying on lady luck. As tempting as it might be to dream of quick millions, remember, gambling is a game where the house always wins in the end. Smoking cigarettes and cigars. Cigarettes and cigars are not only a health hazard, but they're also like setting your money on fire. Regular smoking can drain your wallet faster than you can light up. And it doesn't stop there. The health complications from smoking can lead to astronomical medical bills down the line. In contrast, Warren Buffett has never smoked. His avoidance of these habits has contributed to both his long life and his capacity to build wealth over the decades. Latest gadgets. Sure, having the latest smartphone feels good, but is it worth upgrading yearly? Consider Warren Buffett, who famously stuck with his flip phone well into the era of smartphones, only switching to an iPhone in 2020.
I'm glad you brought that up. I am now using, not very often, but I'm using the latest model. And
your current phone probably works just fine and could last another 4 to 5 years. The tech industry thrives on the latest and greatest model, convincing us we need to upgrade ASAP. But focus on investing in quality over novelty. That way, you're not just saving money, but also sparing yourself from the endless cycle of upgrades. Unnecessary subscription services. Subscription services are like small leaks in a boat. They might seem minor, but can sink your budget over time. Do yourself a favor. Take an hour, sit down, and review each subscription. If it's not adding value to your life, cut it loose. Keeping only the essentials can free up more cash than you might expect. Overspending on clothes. Now, do you ever notice how some of the wealthiest people keep their wardrobe simple? Take Warren Buffett, for example. He isn't walking around in high-end brand-name suits. Instead, he chooses classic, durable clothes. Flashy brands often mean spending more for the label than the quality. Opt for simplicity in your wardrobe. It can save you a bundle. New cars. Warren Buffett, who could afford any car he desires, opts for vehicles that most people wouldn't glance twice at. Why? Because he knows new cars lose value the moment they leave the lot.
I think my car actually, it's both heavy and has airbags, and those are two primary factors in safety.
Buffett is known for buying cars that have been slightly damaged and repaired, which he gets at a steal. It's about utility, not vanity. Consider purchasing a used car or keeping your current car for longer. Expensive dining out. Despite being one of the richest men alive, Buffett could dine anywhere he chooses. Yet, he famously grabs breakfast at McDonald's. And he's even tried using coupons there. This highlights a key point. You don't need to spend a fortune on meals to be satisfied. Eating out less and choosing simpler, less expensive meals when you do can drastically reduce your food expenses. Frequenting bars and pubs. Speaking of frequent trips, bars and pubs you should cut down on. This is also one of your major monthly expenses. However, going out does not have to be synonymous with spending. Why not plan a house party or spend time with friends? It is usually cheaper, and let's be fair, playing the music you choose is more fun. Strangely enough, Warren Buffett doesn't drink alcohol and avoids bars altogether. Game and in-app purchases. Did you know that 70% of Fortnite players have spent real money on the game, averaging about $84.67 each? And games like Candy Crush were pulling in millions daily from in-app purchases. It's not just the money, it's the hours spent that could be used more productively. Risky investments. This is one of Buffett's golden rules. Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. It's a simple truth. Buffett advises never to invest in a business you don't fully understand. This is crucial for avoiding financial missteps. If you're new to investing, don't hesitate to consult with a financial advisor. Understanding what you're putting your money into is essential. Ignoring personal development. One investment supersedes all others. Invest in yourself. This is a popular quote from Warren Buffett. Indeed, improving your skills and competencies multiplies the chances for a better salary in the future. Unlike gadgets, books, or similar acquisitions, knowledge and qualification are the only things no one can take from you. Unfortunately, many young people do not consider this form of self-improvement and buy the next iPhone instead of a worthwhile course. Brand name groceries. Here's a quick grocery tip. Brand name doesn't always mean better. Often, store brands are just as good in quality but much lighter on your wallet. Warren Buffett endorses this value-oriented approach, advocating not to overpay for a brand name when a lesser-known brand offers the same quality. Next time you're in the aisle, compare the ingredients and prices. You might find that the store brand offers the same taste and quality for a fraction of the price. Expensive beauty treatments. Feeling good about yourself is important, but high-end beauty treatments don't always spell beauty. Warren Buffett advises against overusing or needlessly combining skincare products. A simple and effective routine can save both money and your skin. Sometimes opting for more affordable options or even DIY beauty treatments can be just as effective. Your taxes. It's a tough pill to swallow, but those who earn less often end up paying a higher percentage of their income in taxes. The rich can leverage their resources to create value, which in turn usually lowers their tax rate. Understanding the tax system can help you find legal ways to reduce your tax burden. Car and home maintenance. Mastering DIY skills for home and car repairs can save you a fortune and extend their lifespan. Warren Buffett, who has lived in the same house since 1958, believes more expensive items don't improve life, but complicate it. Adopting his view, investing time in DIY avoids high costs and keeps your living simple and efficient. Expensive vacations. Everyone needs a break, but it should not be out of the budget. According to the advice of Warren Buffett, extravagant vacations are unnecessary. Instead, he likes a simple relaxation mechanism that allows him to afford to travel on an air-conditioned bus and pay money only when fares are meager. There are thousands of ways to recharge without breaking the bank, and it simply depends on the budget needed to allow oneself to relax. High-cost mobile service plans. Now, are you paying for gigabytes of data you never use? You're not alone. Many of us sign up for expensive mobile plans thinking we need all the bells and whistles. But here's a tip. Review your actual usage and see if there's a cheaper plan that matches your needs. This simple switch could save you a bundle each year. Impulsive purchases. We've all been tempted to buy more than we planned when shopping. Buffett warns, if you buy things you don't need, soon you will have to sell things you need. To avoid this pitfall, the next time you feel the urge to buy impulsively, wait 24 hours. Often, this pause helps the impulse fade, saving you money for essentials. Excessive gifting. Giving gifts is a joy, but overdoing it, especially with expensive items, can lead to financial headaches. It's not the price tag that counts, it's the thought behind the gift. Opt for meaningful gifts that don't drain your wallet. Lucky Charms or spiritual items. Here's an interesting one. Spending money on Lucky Charms or spiritual items hoping they'll bring wealth. It's ironic, isn't it? Buffett warns against the allure of quick fixes, emphasizing that real financial success comes from wise investments, not magical trinkets. Instead of waiting for luck to turn around, invest that money in something tangible that can actually enhance your financial future. High-interest debt. High-interest debt, particularly from credit cards, is a silent budget killer. It's easy to fall into the buy now, pay later trap, but the steep interest charges can quickly turn manageable purchases into overwhelming financial burdens. Buffett advises against accumulating high-interest debt, which can rapidly erode your financial health. Paying unnecessary fees. Have you ever wondered why your bank statements are littered with small, mysterious fees? Warren Buffett emphasizes the importance of keeping costs low, whether it's investment fees, bank fees, or any random service charge. They can all significantly drain your finances. Often cheaper or even free alternatives can save you a lot of money in the long run. Food waste. Here's a startling fact. The average American household throws away about $20,000 worth of food each year. Vegetables, dairy, meat, you name it, it gets tossed. And this isn't just a middle-class issue. It's hitting the poor even harder. By becoming more mindful of your purchases and what you consume, you can drastically reduce this waste and save significant money. health. Skipping routine health checkups might seem cost-effective, but Warren Buffett warns against neglecting health. You get exactly one mind and one body. You can't start taking care of it when you turn 50. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and checkups are investments in long-term well-being. Remember, early doctor's visits are far cheaper than later hospital stays. Your bank. With meager interest rates and all kinds of hidden fees, you might be losing money without even realizing it. In today's volatile economy, it's essential to understand exactly how your bank treats your money. If your savings aren't even keeping up with inflation, it might be time to look at other options, like credit unions or high-yield savings accounts that can offer better returns and lower fees. Donations. Now, let's talk about donations. It's a hard truth, but not all the money given to charities ends up helping those in need. To make a real difference, consider donating goods directly to shelters or engaging in community projects that help people learn skills. It's about creating a direct impact, teaching someone to fish rather than just giving them a fish. Unnecessary luxuries. Buffett disagrees that living lavishly is the only way to enjoy life. He is one of the wealthiest people on the planet and has always advocated for living below one's means. It's not about stripping all joy from your life, but about knowing the difference between what you want and what you truly need. Unused gym memberships. And finally, let's tackle the gym membership many of us pay for but seldom use. Warren Buffett may advocate staying active, but it's also a proponent of cutting unnecessary expenses, such as gym membership gathering dust. Why not explore free or low-cost fitness routines that you can do at home or in the park?